Hello and good day, pre-algebra. We are moving on to CO51, which is basically the opposite of CO50. In CO50, we converted a fraction to a percentage. In 51, we're converting a percentage to a fraction. Okay, so we kind of go back to what the word percent literally means. 71% literally means 71 out of 100. And think fraction now. What's another way to write 71 out of 100? Aiden. Think fraction form now. How do we write the fraction 71 out of 100? Annika. 71 over 100. Right? In fraction form, 71 out of 100 is 71 hundredths. And lo and behold, we have just converted 71% to a fraction. 49% literally means 49 out of 100. In fraction form, how do we write the phrase 49 out of 100? Aiden. 49 over 100. We have just converted 49% to a fraction. 161% literally means 161 out of 100. In fraction form, how do we write that phrase 161 out of 100? Leah. Exactly, 161 over 100. You have just converted 161% to a fraction. You kind of get the pattern here? Okay? Because that word percent means out of 100, you simply take whatever the percent is and put it over 100 or out of 100. And you've got a fraction. Okay? Last one here, example-wise, 25%, which literally means 25 out of 100. As a fraction, we start with 25 out of 100, but your final answer should be what? 1/4. You do need to simplify these. Okay, the first three we could not simplify. They're already in the simplest form. The 71 and 100 don't share any common factors. 49 and 100 don't share any common factors. 161 and 100 don't share any common factors. However, 25 and 100 do. Right? So you can simplify it down to 1/4. Okay? Again, this will be an objective on your test for which you will not be able to use a calculator. So that simplifying piece, 25 is a friendly denominator. We can divide 25 by 25, 100 by 25. That's kind of what you're looking for here, but you will not be able to use a calculator. So in the next 5 or 6.5 minutes, I would like you to work through this page, convert each percentage to a fraction, write your answer in simplest form, and then we will talk about it in about, like I said, 5 or 6.5 minutes. And the rest of the page, including the real world down at the bottom, and including the review at the bottom there as well. The review section, you're converting a decimal to a percentage and then a fraction to a percentage like we did in 49 and 50. So we will talk again shortly. Work through this page and we'll go over answers in a little bit. All right, welcome back. We went through the answers for this top section here and really focused on, when should you simplify? Well, you should always. And what you're looking for, if both numbers are even, you know you can simplify because you can divide by 2. If both numbers end in a 0, you know you can simplify. If one ends in a 5, one ends in a 0, you know you can simplify. Okay, so be looking for that. Like I said, on a test, if you don't simplify, it'll be marked wrong, and you are not able to use a calculator on this section of the test. So you'll need to be able to do this on your own. You're not going to get something like 136%, where that one's, kind of an uncommon simplifying. But if I give you 30%, you should be able to simplify 30 hundredths down to 3/10 mentally. Then what fraction represents 4%? that would be 1/25. It starts as 4 over 100, but then simplifies to be 1/25. 8% would be 2/25. 12% is 3/25. 16% is 4/25. Okay? As we increase by 4%, our numerator is essentially going up by 1. 1/25, 2/25, 3/25, and 4/25. Anyone know why that would be? Why when you increase by 4%, each time as we are there through those 4, our numerator is just going up by 1 each time and not by like 4, which you might think it would? Aiden?
Doesn't that have something to do with like the denominator has like a higher like number?
It does have to do with the denominator. How many times does 25 go into 100?
4 times.
That's why we're going up by 4% and our numerator is increasing by 1. Okay? Because we're getting 1/25 or 4% closer to a whole each time. Then the review section down at the bottom. Kind of going back over 49 and 50, converting to a percent. 0.72 is 72%. 0.08 is 8%. 0.4 is 40%. Make sure you have that 40% and not 4%, right? That 0 matters. We have to write it when it's 0.08. It's there, but we don't have to write it in 0.40, but it is still 40%. 7/20ths is going to be 35%. Multiply both 7 and 20 by 5 to get up to 100. 4/11ths is 36%. Multiply both 4 and 11 by 9 to get up to 100 or close enough to 100. And 2/3 is going to be 66%. Multiply both 2 and 3 by 33 to get up to 100 or close to 100 at 99. Okay? Questions on any of those? Aiden.
Could you have estimated 4/11ths to be around 38?
Sorry?
Could you have estimated 4/11ths to be around 38 or 39%?
How would you get 38 or 39%?
Estimate.
Right, but what did you do to estimate that?
I thought that it goes up by 9 on the bottom one, so I thought it'd go up like 3 or 2%.
On a test, I would not accept that because we clearly identified 11 as a friendly denominator and how to get to 100. It's a much better estimation to say it's 36% than it would be to say 38 or 39%. Okay, so it is an estimation. So if I said estimate 4/11ths, okay, maybe I'd take it then. But if I say convert each value to a percent, because we specifically talked about multiplying 11 by 9 to get to 99, I would want 36% as your answer. Okay, it's a much more accurate. All right, CO52. Converting a percentage to a decimal. This is going to be the exact opposite of CO49, where we converted a decimal to a percent, right? When we had 0.45 in CO49, what is 0.45 as a percentage? 45%. What is 0.22 as a percentage? Anybody? 22%. We just had this one in our review. What is 0.4 as a percentage? 40%. What is 1.36 as a percentage? Right, we're above one whole, so we're going to be above 100%. What is 0.18 as a percentage? 18%. And what is 0.06 as a percentage? 6%. Right, basically, whatever numbers came after our decimal point, that's 40 there, right? That would be our percentage. Because it's out to the hundredths place, and percentage is all about out of 100. So to go the other way, to go from a percentage to a decimal, it's kind of the same thing. right? Do we have word pronoun? Okay. It's kind of the same thing here to where 33%, again, thinking of percent as out of 100, the decimal 0.33 is 33 hundredths. 21%, 21 out of 100, the decimal 0.21 is 21 hundredths. Okay? There's a direct relationship there, especially between percentages and decimals. 9%, what's that going to be as a decimal? 0.09, right? What would 0.9 be? Aiden? 90%. We don't want that. We only want 9%, 0.09, 9 hundredths. 58%. Anybody? 0.58. 70%. Alina? 0.7. If you want to put the 0 there, great. You don't have to, though. 0.7, 0.70, either one's fine. 112%. Annika? 1.12, right? We're greater than 100%, so we have to have that one whole there as well. Okay? All right. I told you earlier that we are going to be doing more and more of your work in class. Okay? I had a conversation with 8th grade geometry the other day, and they confessed, they admitted how big of a part photo math is in their lives. Okay, that a lot of them go home and for their homework they take a picture of it. Photo math, gives you the answer, and their defense was, well, yeah, but it also shows you the steps. Who looked at the steps? I mean, really, come on. There are websites that you can use. I'm getting concerned that, and then there are some people that just aren't getting the homework done, right? So I'm getting concerned that sending you home with homework is not really getting the learning that I'm hoping for. So you may have heard the term flipped classroom before, but what it is instead of me teaching you the lesson in school and you doing the homework at home, I teach you the lesson outside of school. You do the work in the classroom. What that looks like, starting tomorrow with our next objective, PO53, I'm going to record my lesson for PO53 today when you're not in the room and post it on Google Classroom. Your homework then is to simply watch that video when you're at home. And since there's not going to be any of you in the room to ask questions or disrupt or anything like that, it's only going to be about a 15-minute video max, maybe 20 if it's a longer concept here. But then, hold up. But then, after watching the video at home, you're going to come back and you've got 45 minutes in class to do the homework with me here for questions, because some of you come in the next day and said, I didn't get how to answer this one, so I didn't do it. Now you'll be able to ask me how to do it in class, and I'll be able to check and make sure that you are understanding before you leave the room. Okay? So if you're watching the video and you're saying, well, wait a minute now, if I get stuck, how am I supposed to ask you a question? You bring that question with you the next day, and we go over it when you're working on your work. Okay? Now, hold up. You will be expected to come to class tomorrow. You will be expected to come to class tomorrow with these notes filled out, the notes that I do in the video. That's how I kind of know that you watched it. Oh, that comment was just recorded, and I know who you are, so we'll be talking later. You will come to class with these notes filled out. That's how I kind of know that you watched the video, and then you'll spend class doing the homework. Okay? Ifan. What's that? Well, you can do the homework in class. That's kind of the goal here. When you leave tomorrow, you'll have CO53 done. So then your homework for tomorrow night will be to watch the next lesson for the next day. So the math work happens in the classroom with me here. Maggie.
Are you gonna say the homework is on the video?
Well, the homework will always be to finish the page. So if you watch the video and you get it and you just want to do it, nothing's stopping you, and I'll check it the next day. But you wouldn't have to do the work until you get to class the next day. Well, don't pack up yet, folks. We still got questions. We are still recording. Yeah. Yes, like she just asked. If you watch the lesson and you want to get next day's work done at home, you can do it. Yeah. Yes, and if that's the case, then I will kind of quiz you the next day. If I see that you're done, I'll kind of ask, how did you find that? How did you get that? And you have to explain to me how you found it. Leah. Sorry? There's the potential to go back to being normal, but I look at my clipboard where I keep track of missing assignments, and there are far too many people not doing the work at home. And so we're going to switch it up a little bit. Yes?
So basically tonight we'll watch the video for CO52.
Right. Tonight's homework is to watch the video for tomorrow's lesson. It'll be posted in Google Classroom. Like I said, you do need these notes done. That's how I know you watched it. But that is your homework. Yes. Sorry? No. This is Unit 7 now. You've had 6 chances previously. All right, folks. So your homework for tomorrow is to watch tonight's video. That is how you math.